A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision, the European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, issued two significant rulings against Russia on July 9, 2025. The court determined that Moscow was responsible for the downing of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17 in 2014, marking the first instance of an international court holding Russia accountable for this tragedy that resulted in the loss of 298 lives. Additionally, the ECHR ruled that Russia violated international law during the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, representing the first time an international court has recognized human rights abuses committed by Moscow since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The rulings stem from cases brought forth by Ukraine and the Netherlands, which encompass a range of alleged human rights violations linked to the war, including the downing of Flight MH17 and the abduction of Ukrainian children. Notably, the court's decisions are largely symbolic, as Russia was expelled from the Council of Europe in 2022 following its invasion of Ukraine. However, the ECHR retains jurisdiction over cases filed before Russia's expulsion. Families of the MH17 victims have expressed their relief and gratitude at the ECHR's findings, viewing it as a crucial step towards justice after more than a decade of seeking accountability. Thomas Shansman, who lost his son Quinn in the disaster, stated, "It's a real step in understanding who was really responsible." The Boeing 777, which was en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur, was shot down on July 17, 2014, by a Russian-made Buk missile fired from territory in eastern Ukraine controlled by separatist forces. The tragedy claimed the lives of 298 passengers and crew, including 196 Dutch citizens. In May, the UN's aviation agency also attributed responsibility for the disaster to Russia. The ECHR, as Europe's leading human rights court, plays a vital role in addressing violations of human rights across the continent. In previous rulings, the court sided with Ukraine and the Netherlands in a jurisdictional challenge, confirming that areas in eastern Ukraine controlled by separatists were under Russian jurisdiction, including the provision of weapons and political support. The recent rulings are expected to pave the way for more legal actions against Russia, as Ukraine has additional cases pending, while nearly 10,000 individual cases have been filed against the Kremlin. The decisions made in Strasbourg are distinct from ongoing criminal proceedings in the Netherlands, where two Russians and a Ukrainian rebel have been convicted in absentia for their roles in the downing of Flight MH17. In 2022, the International Court of Justice ordered Russia to cease military operations in Ukraine, a directive that Russia has ignored. In a proactive move, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently approved plans to establish a new international court aimed at prosecuting senior Russian officials for their actions during the full-scale invasion. Shansman, who has also initiated an individual case with the ECHR, remains steadfast in his pursuit of justice, stating, "The worst thing we could do is stop fighting. MH17 is not a case that will disappear for Russia." The ECHR's rulings mark a significant moment in the ongoing struggle for accountability and justice in the wake of the MH17 tragedy and the broader conflict in Ukraine. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.